People are making thousands of dollars every single month selling AI-generated books on Amazon.
In this video, I'll show you how to write a whole book in less than an hour using a brand new AI tool.
We've also seen the massive opportunity that AI brings to the Amazon KDP space.
But is this too good to be true? Today, I'm putting that to the test by making and selling my own AI-generated book on Amazon. For this challenge, I'm setting myself just 3 rules. First, I can't write a single word in the entire book. Second, I have to do it all from my laptop, no using third-party help. And third, I must finish the entire book in under 30 minutes. So if that sounds good, let's dive in. The first thing on my plan is to find an easy-to-use software tool or AI platform capable of doing the job. After some research, I've chosen to use BookBolt to generate the interior pages of my book, as it seems to be one of the most straightforward and easy-to-use solutions. For image generation, I decided to use ideogram.io, as I quite like how easy it is to use and the quality of images it can generate. And to fill in any gaps, we'll use ChatGPT. Right, so now we need to decide exactly what kind of book we want to create. There are lots of different low content and medium content books you can sell on Amazon, such as notebooks, coloring books, journals, and diaries. And all of these types of books you can generate using either software or AI. But instead of just guessing, I'm going to use BookBolt's research tab to find out what's actually popular right now. After searching products and keywords, it seems like this work productivity journal book sells very well. Now, I've obviously given myself a challenge to do this as quickly as humanly possible, but you can definitely spend more time at this at home so that you can maximize your opportunity for success. The type of journal that I selected should do well all year round, as it isn't seasonal like a 2026 New Year's planner, for example. There's plenty of other types of evergreen book niches you could choose from, like cozy coloring books, prayer journals, and so on and so forth. But whatever you choose, it's probably a good idea to shoot for a niche that has high search volume, low competition, and a really good shot at earning you some monthly income. Of course, every book must have a cover, so it's time now to open up our project in BookBolt and create the front and back cover. I'm going to name my project Work Journal to keep it simple. Since it's a journal and lots of other journals have 100 pages, I'm going to give mine 100 pages too. By keeping the number of pages on the lower side, I can really lower the print costs and maximize my profits. Perfect. Now that I've created my project, you can see we've got 2 sides for our cover. The right-hand side is the front cover, and the left-hand side is the back cover. Now we're going to add some text and graphics to our cover, because the more captivating our cover, the more sales we're likely to generate. For this task, we're going to use ChatGPT. I already know the niche I'm targeting, so I can easily generate a prompt for the AI bot. Here's the prompt I'm going to use. Give me 10 options for journal notebook titles similar to this one. Things I can't say at work. Once I enter my prompt, the chatbot starts working for me immediately. And as you can see, there are plenty of great options for me to choose from. And the beauty of this method is that if you don't like any of the options, you can just keep asking the AI bot to generate more options for you. All right, having done that a couple of times, I think I'll go with this title here, Things I Shouldn't Say During Zoom Calls. Now it's time to generate the front cover image using another AI tool called Ideogram. Next, we're simply going to enter a prompt based on the title we selected. Here's the prompt I'm going to use. A book cover targeting adults for a journal called Things I Shouldn't Say During Zoom Calls. Great. Now we click Generate and we wait a couple of seconds for the Ideogram tool to do the magic. Now by default, Ideogram produces 4 versions for me to choose from, which is perfect because it gives me plenty of options. And once again, if we're not happy with any of these results, we can simply click Generate or adjust the prompt until we do get something that we're happy with. Voila! I quite like this option here, so it's time to download the file. So going back to BookBolt, now I can simply add the front cover with a few clicks. First, I'll click on the cover. Next, I'll click on this handy file library icon, which will allow me to upload my image. And once I have uploaded it, I can choose it to include in my cover art. Looking good already. Now it automatically placed it and it centers nicely because we selected the right dimensions. Now we need to change the background color of the entire cover so that the back cover matches the front cover. To do this, we'll use the elements icon. When I click on that, I can choose from a number of shapes to insert. I'm going to insert a rectangle, then I'm going to give it a fill color. When I click on the fill cover icon, I can use the eyedropper tool to select any color I want. Now I can resize the rectangle to ensure it covers the entire cover file. It's covered up the front cover, which obviously is no good, but luckily I can simply right-click and send the rectangle to the back of all the image layers. There, now our cover's looking pretty darn professional in my opinion. Amazon will automatically include a barcode so we don't have to worry about that. Now it's on to the interior pages. I noticed that many journals include a "This Book Belongs To" page at the very front of the book, so I'm going to do that as well. To generate the image for this, we're going to again use ideogram. This time we're going to use the prompt, a super simple "This Journal Belongs To" page for the first page in a journal with 3 or 4 lines to write the name with, a simple border graphic, frame, and the background is just white. And once the background is removed, it's time to download the file and head back to BookBolt. Next, we click on page 1 and we use the file library feature once more to upload the front matter image we like that we generated using ideogram. Looks quite nice, I think. So now we just need to add the lined journal pages. To do this, we're going to click on page 2. Then we click on the page templates icon. This brings up a list of various templates to choose from. You can use this to create word searches, mazes, crossword puzzles, and more. But since we're just creating a simple line journal for this experiment, we're going to choose the simple line pages template. I think we'll go with wide rule, as I quite like having plenty of white space in my journals. Once we select the page template, we need to say which pages the template will actually apply to. For me, I'm going to say from pages 2 to 101 to keep this really simple. Next, click Continue to Options and have a preview. Looks good to me, so it's time to click Submit. So there, we have finished our book. And now the time has finally arrived for us to upload our book onto Amazon. This is where the real fun begins. To export your file in BookBolt, simply select Download Current Projects CMYK. This is going to split the file automatically into 2 files, one for the cover and another for the interior pages. We'll need both files later when we upload to KDP. Now, having created a free KDP account on Amazon, filling in the usual details like name, email address, so on and so forth, it's time for us to create the book file. I'm going to hit the Create button, select Paperback, and fill out all the necessary details. I've already got my title, so I just have to choose an author name. You can select your own name if you like, or like me, you can choose a pen name. Once you select your categories and some other details, it's time to upload your manuscript. Then it's time to upload our cover art, which was also generated on BookBolt. Launch the Preview Generator tool and make sure everything looks good. Now comes the fun part of choosing your price. How much money do you want to make per sale? I didn't really take too much time in making this, so I'm going to cut people a break, and given inflation, I'm only going to charge $9.99. And we're done. Now it's time to just sit back, relax, and wait for those royalty checks to start rolling in. So, it's been a couple of weeks, and I've got some good news to report. We actually made some sales. The review process took a few days, and sales didn't start coming in immediately, but then, on day 3, something magical happened. We actually got our first sale. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've made plenty more money from other businesses before, but something about selling my first productivity journal felt pretty brilliant. And the best part is, I didn't have to hold any inventory. Now, of course, you got to take into consideration your costs. In this case, for example, the BookBolt monthly subscription. But lucky for me, because I promoted it in this video, it was free. And lucky for you, I'm putting a link in the description in case you also want to get a discount. Use the discount code BookAuthorBusiness. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to find out how to make even more money with Amazon KDP, and I'll see you next time.